Hello, everybody. It's Seven here from Helixxvr, and my script says we are 1 year old today. This is week number 52, and I've got a waffle about us being 1 year old. Basically, guys, you know what we do. We come here every week. We tell you what all the new releases are for VR. We tell you how awesome the games are, or sometimes they're not, and we pick the game of the week. So, because we're a year old, we're going to have a party. And we've got a party this Sunday. Now, you know, we've been giving out the golden tickets. We've got loads of our fans invited. And we're going to be live streaming it on Sunday at 4 p.m. British Standard Time. So about an hour and a half ago, roughly about that, isn't it, Kerm? Whatever it was. I don't know what time is now over there. It's about 5:30 in the UK. So about an hour and a half before this. But on a Sunday, so, hey, guys, you're sitting there with your Sunday dinner. You've eaten that, so you can tune into Helix and see all the crazy stuff that we've got lined up for our party. So anyway, that's enough about that because you guys will want to be watching that. So this week on Helixxvr, it is Puzzle Week. I think everyone has got together and put all the puzzle games for a new release this week because it just seems to be puzzles that I'm reviewing this week. But never mind, we love puzzles. So first game this week is Anderson, a free and short, and I say short, that's short, okay, escape the room game. Did I mention it's free? Well, it's free. Okay, and basically, guys, this is one of those ones that you want to keep an eye on the dev company because if the quality of their work is going to be as awesome as what this game is, yeah, they are going to be big players in the VR market coming up into the future. And, of course, it's free, so let's have a look at the game.
Wake up.
And apparently I'm back, but not there I'm not. There I am, I'm back there. Okay, so that was our first game. The second game this week is Paper Dolls. So what do you get if you cross my two favourite types of games? Horror games and puzzle games. Well, you get Paper Dolls. A 15-hour, okay, let's just repeat that, a 15-hour survival puzzle horror game in VR. This is not just jump scares, it's setting the scene with the music, it's creating an atmosphere that is not only nail-biting, but may need you to change your underpants a couple of times while playing this game. Okay, the controls are slightly different, but the devs have made it so that it allows you to spend more time in VR. Okay, did I mention this game is 15 hours long in a puzzle survival game in horror? It's just unbelievable. Anyway, guys, you will get the most out of this game. I can't wait until I stream it next week or in the next coming week. So it's definitely on my list of streams. So if you want to see what it's like, if you don't take my word for it now, okay, check it out over the next couple of weeks when I will be streaming it because, as I said, I love horrors, I love puzzles, and combine the two together, I'm going to love this game. So, okay, let's check out the game footage, and then we've got a special interview. So, we'll go straight over to the interview afterwards. They're waiting for me over there, so I've got to get myself ready. Let's go. Well, there we go, guys. That was a great first half to the show. And you've got to stay tuned because we will pick in our game of the week. But before we do, as it is our year's anniversary, our year's birthday this week, 52 weeks we've been doing it, we've got some devs in and they're going to talk about the games. So welcome to the show, Playsnak.
Hello.
Hey.
Hi. Look, loads of them have come in today. And we've got Eden with us as well. So you're going to be having the smooth tones of Eden's voice. Hello, Eden.
Hello, Seven. And hello, Playsnak.
Sorry, I was falling asleep there. Okay, guys. So, welcome to the show. And we actually featured one of your games on our show last week. So, if you'd like to tell everybody who do not know what Playsnak make, what games have you brought out in VR for us?
Well, the two games that we have out at the moment are Neon Soul Outrun and Wanted Killer VR.
Okay, and that was a game we featured last week's show, guys. And if you're a fan on the Facebook page of OpenVR, which we also run, you will find that it was the People's Choice Game of the Week. So well done there, guys. Congratulations for that.
Nice. Thank you very much, everybody. That's really cool.
Now, there are one or two people out there that may not have seen our show last week or do not know about your game. So, would one of you love to tell us about Wanted Killer VR, please?
Sure, I'll go ahead and say a little bit myself. I'll just start off with the general gist, and maybe Laurie can tell you some things and Mills after that. So Wanted Killer VR is this sort of futuristic setting, bullet time game where you play initially as this guy named Ricky. We will have a series of heroes. We have Ricky, Mia, Aya, and Teo, each with their own individual powers and weapon types and play styles. There's several different mission types, more coming along the way, and it's just this crazy fly around, shoot 'em up, really fun action arcade game, and that's on the surface. You have anything more to add to that one, Laurie?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's currently we've only got Ricky in the game. We're working on the next update already. Ricky is our pistol specialist character, so he's got dual-wielding pistols as his main unique mechanic. So you can, so in the game as it stands right now, you can play through missions, upgrade your pistols, get new ones, and yeah, and just experience the core gameplay that we've made so far.
Yeah, and the basic story around that is like you're Ricky. You wake up, you're in this crazy test environment. There's this quote unquote evil corporation. Their name is Genetic Minds Corp, and you don't really know why you woke up there. You don't know what's going on, but all of a sudden, this like scumbag CEO guy says like, get him now. And his troops start coming in and you blast your way to freedom.
This is our scumbag CEO.
CEO Kincaid, aka Coach Kincaid.
Apparently, you've just described a day in Facebook. I don't know what that's about. Anyway, okay. So
You might have found something there.
So we've got the pistols now. Eden, you've been playing the game.
Yep.
And you've tried the pistols out. What are they like?
If I remember correctly, you've got 4 different types of pistols. I've only really tried a few so far. So you've got your basic pistols, but also as well you've got ones with power-ups. So currently the ones I'm using the most are like sort of homing bullets. You sort of charge it, and you can sort of home in parts of their bodies. So I've been using them to get some like long headshots on, which is quite cool.
Oh, that's the Deadeye pistol, right? Yeah.
That's it, yeah, the Deadeye pistol. So I've mostly been sort of working on upgrading that rather than sort of like going for a bit of each. I've been working on that one the most.
Yeah, that's my favorite too.
Okay, and you say that you're going to bring in introduce other characters to the game as well. So we've definitely got that to look forward to. Yes, over the next few months.
Yes, correct. We basically have an archetype for them already, and we're going to be releasing a bit more information about actually the specifics of these kind of characters, you know, their various powers, their play styles, why their weapon types are different, how they're controlled. There's a lot to say about it, and there's a lot we're prototyping at the moment. So we don't want to give too many specifics because we want to really play it and to actually find the strengths of it. But yeah.
Excellent. Well, at least, guys, those that have bought it, you know the game's going to keep giving, and that's what we like about these games is you just play it the once and forget about it. That's not what it's about. You want to play it and then go back and revisit it in a couple of weeks' time, and you'll see that loads of new stuff is, and it just keeps growing and growing. So that's really, really awesome. Now, you've also got another game out as well, which was your first VR game, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that's right. Neon Soul. We also all were from the Neon Soul team. Yeah, it's a sort of super high-speed, futuristic racing game. You just sort of driving through traffic, crashing into things if you screw up, it's. I'm very proud of it. What can I say?
This is the creator of Neon Soul Outrun right here.
It's his little baby.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, so the core concept is this really nice driving control mechanic that we came up with, where you actually move your body left and right to steer the bike, and you're sort of weaving through traffic with that, and it just plays really nicely. Nobody has had any nausea from it, as far as I know, which is pretty unusual for a VR racing game. But it just feels super smooth.
Yes. By the way, I want to say something about that. While we're working on Wanted Killer right now, since we just launched it and we're working on the first updates and stuff like that, we did have to momentarily pause the development of new features for Neon Soul Outrun, but we will get back to them. It's still in early access. We promised to devote more and that more is coming for it. So I wanted to clear the air on that because I don't want people to think we just dropped it and forgot about it. No, we love that game and we're definitely adding more in the future to it as well.
Brilliant. So it's two games that are expanding. Now, Eden, do you have a question for the guys?
Oh, there's plenty of questions. But I suppose going back to Wanted Killer for a moment, one thing I found particularly interesting about the game is that it's actually based on a mobile phone game, isn't it, originally?
It is.
So how did you decide to sort of take a mobile phone game and turn it into a VR game?
So that's maybe something I could answer. There are a lot of differences between VR games and mobile games, especially for me in my department, which is UI UX, is that you don't have a screen. You have to place everything inside the virtual world. It has to be haptic and tactile so you can interact with it in a fun way, and it's immersive. And yeah, I guess the only thing that is left from the mobile game is all the assets, the 3D models and images, textures and stuff like that, and everything else is basically from scratch. It's an entire new game for VR.
I have to say, we started off with this game with our intention is, hey, let's just bring this really cool mobile game to VR. And then we simply realized, oh, wait a second, there's a little bit of an issue because the teleport, like moving throughout the levels, how do we do that? How do we make it interesting? And the code base was all in Korean and everything like that. Obviously, we have Koreans, but in our company, but the main people working on it are not Korean. So it's like, oh no. And then we thought, well, why just why duplicate the same thing that's already been done? And we actually had an intern that came up with this really brilliant slow teleport kind of mechanic and based an AI system around it. And we're like, whoa, that's really awesome. And so we took that and ran with it. Laurie, maybe you have more to say.
Yeah, so I mean, like they said, the base mobile game was essentially a Time Crisis kind of cover-based shooter where you would take up cover at a position and it would be a very scripted sort of scene where you were shooting guys coming at you, and then when you'd shot enough guys, you would move to the next cover in a sort of animated sequence. And there was really no obvious way to translate that into VR without making people uncomfortable when the animated sequence played, and then there was obvious,
Let's be honest, it wasn't as cool as what else you can play in VR, right? It just
it was just
special
kind of
about it.
Yeah. So we basically started from scratch, new code base, made a kick-ass shooter using the Wanted Killer mobile assets like graphics and models and all their cool guns, and and yeah, it saved us a bunch of time just for making art assets.
Yeah.
So it worked out really well.
Good. Now, something about both the games is they've both got a real retro-y 80s feel about them. Now, was that a conscious decision when you're making VR games? Because the age group of the people that own VR currently at the moment tend to be the older generation from the 80s onwards. Now, is that the reason why you've made the games, or is it just a coincidence that they've got this 80s retro feel because a lot of games are coming out like that at the moment?
I mean, I would personally say that's how that idea all got approved, but really, we're all children of the 80s here. Maybe not Nils. But you know, this is sort of the stuff we grew up with. This is what we have tons of fun with. This is what makes us laugh in the office and want to play the game even more. And so we just sort of naturally float in that direction. And well, yeah, it's great. The VR market's also our age too, so I'm assuming they just love the stuff that we do.
I think on top of that, a big part is that the arcade games are always gameplay first, and that's what we want to achieve with these games, that the gameplay itself is awesome and is fun, and that fits to the arcade style.
Yeah, definitely.
Plus, you don't have to hire voice actors for cheesy 80s lines.
You've got a few of them in Wanted Killer already, haven't you? But
Yep. That's all of our recording. He does Professor Dr. von Strom. He does Dougal McBurns. I'm the scumbag CEO. My wife is the sniper. It's just all of us having fun.
Another question I had. I noticed, obviously, you mentioned it yourself earlier. You've got quite a few Koreans in your company. I was wondering, obviously, you're based in Berlin, aren't you? But you've got an American, you've got a ton of Koreans. You've got like Neon Soul. You've got Wanted Killer, which is from Korea originally. I'm wondering what's sort of the connection between your company and Korea.
Well, CEO is half Korean, so he has a bunch of contacts, I understand. We don't really see that end of it, but he likes to go to trade shows and make deals with Korean companies.
Yeah, he was born. I don't know about born, but definitely raised in Korea, and he spent a lot of time out there and worked at NCSoft and a bunch of stuff. He was in the video game industry forever. Young guy and just has tons of connections. So yeah, we're in a really good place. Like, we love Korea, and Korea seems to love us too. So it's a win-win.
Definitely, the Asia market is where VR is its strongest at the moment. Certainly, China and places like that. Is where all the games are being played in the arcades and that, and the VR market is huge. So yeah, hitting the Asian market and having that connection works really well. Now, one last question from us. Obviously, you've got these two games out. That means that you are definitely a company that loves making VR games. What else have you got on the horizon for us? Gist
of it really is that we have this game. It's our big AAA game. It's a game we're putting really a lot of production time into. It's been in development from the very beginning. It's all of our other games right now have been arcade games, and Shaman Spirit Hunter is going to be really our free roaming. About it too much, but it's our AAA. Like, it's going to be the one that's going to blow the lid off of everything else we've done, and really define us as a company. I believe that's our major title. Okay, so we've got that to look forward to, and obviously you're friends of Helix, so we'd like to see that before everybody else, guys. Yeah, you can guarantee you're first on my list.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. Right, guys, I've got to get over because the game of the week is screaming at us to turn around and let everyone know, so you know what you're going to be spending your money on this week. So, guys, if you like to stay there on the chairs, Eden, don't go anywhere. Keep them amused, okay? And none of those funny party tricks that you usually do. And let's go back to part 2 of the show and see what game of the week is.
You?
And the
You have
voice
no sound.
acting. Kermie, did you not put my sound on? Thank you very much, Eden. I've just turned around and gave everyone the secret keys to my personal deposit box. Okay, let's start that bit again. Okay, can I facepalm Kermie? Yes, I can. Right, okay, guys, that was a great interview there. Thank you very much, Playsnak. Thank you very much, Eden, for telling me Kermie mucked up. Okay, so this week you were expecting me to probably turn around and say that Budget Cuts was Game of the Week, but they postponed it again. Will we ever get to see that game? My God, yeah, it's been a eternity in development, and they keep turning around and delaying it. Anyway, it gives us an opportunity to hype up some other game for Game of the Week, and this week, Game of the Week is Alone Together. Now, this is a different type of puzzle game. You're working as an imaginary friend of the character that you pick at the original start of the story to help solve different puzzles so that they can rescue their dog. It's sort of like a third person's point of view playing this game. It all seems really, really childish and toy boxish, but it is so well done, and the voice acting in the game is something out there from a Hollywood production. It reminded me of being in a DreamWorks movie or something like Despicable Me. The kids in Despicable Me, this voice acting is definitely out of that box. Anyway, okay, so apart from the value for money and the sheer gameplay of this is deserving of the Game of the Week because, well, you know what? It's just an awesome game. It's different and it's fun. Not only will you enjoy it, but the little kids will enjoy it as well. So, it's available on the Vive, the Rift, and the Windows Mixed Reality, and it should be your pick this weekend. Let's have a look at the gameplay, and then we'll go back and say goodbye to the guests, and hopefully Kermie won't muck up anymore. Okay, let's go and have a look.
Rishu! Rishu!
Okay, guys, there we go. I told you it was going to be a brilliant Game of the Week, and it's awesome, and I think everyone's been waiting for that forever. So, let's wrap up the end of the show. Let's see if these guys know what the mantra is and everything, and we're going to say goodbye to them all. So, guys, if you, first of all, go out and support these devs, yeah? Go out and buy those games because they're just awesome. We feature them on the show. We've done reviews on them, and hey, what else can I say? These guys have given up their time to come and speak to us. Support them. So, thank you very much for coming on the show.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for having
as
us.
a token of our, thank you so much. And as a token of our gratitude, we want to give your community actually 3 Steam keys, so you guys can give them away at will. And yeah, just as a token of gratitude, thank you so much.
Excellent. We really appreciate that. So, guys, next week's giveaway is going to be some keys to these games. So, make sure that you tune in on Thursday, and we will think of some cunning ways so that you can win them from us. Okay, so that is it. You guys really, really you rock. Go out and make some awesome VR games for us, so that keeps us making these awesome shows. And we're ready for the mantra. So, wave your arms if you don't know what we're doing. Just try and keep up. Okay, guys, if you love what we do, don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube, tweet us on Twitter, itch us on Twitch, discuss with us on Discord, provide for us on PayPal, leave us a Steam on Steam, and finally, F us on FBook. Until next week, goodbye.
Bye.
See everybody.